Welcome to Realms of Reality News, where today's stories are truthful, uplifting, and grounded. Let's begin.
What if the future of energy didn't require more land, but simply a new way of seeing what's already there? In parts of India, solar panels are being built above irrigation canals, transforming ordinary waterways into something extraordinary. At first glance, it looks simple: panels suspended above flowing water. But what's happening here is quietly powerful. These solar canals generate clean electricity for nearby communities, while at the same time shading the water below, reducing evaporation in regions where water is scarce and every drop matters. It's a solution that solves two problems at once: less water lost, more energy gained. And there's something else. Because the panels are built above existing canals, no additional land is needed. No farms displaced, no landscapes cleared. It's innovation without intrusion. What started in Gujarat is now being studied around the world, especially in regions facing both drought and rising energy demands. Because sometimes progress doesn't come from building more, it comes from seeing differently. Around the world, thousands of languages are slowly disappearing. Not in dramatic ways, but quietly, as the last fluent speakers grow older and fewer young people learn the words. And when a language fades, it's not just vocabulary that disappears. It's stories, identity, a way of seeing the world. But now, something unexpected is happening. Artificial intelligence, often seen as a tool of the future, is being used to recover voices from the past. Researchers are feeding AI systems with old recordings, written fragments, and oral histories, and piece by piece, these systems are helping rebuild lost grammar, pronunciation, and meaning. In places like New Zealand and across indigenous communities in the Americas, young people are beginning to learn languages that once stood on the edge of disappearing. Sometimes from elders, sometimes from digital tools, and often from both. It's not about replacing human culture with technology. It's about giving culture another chance to be heard. In a world moving faster every day, this is a quiet reversal. Not everything has to be left behind. Some things can be brought back. As cities expand and roads stretch further into natural spaces, wildlife is being forced to adapt. And adapt it has, but not always safely. Each year, millions of animals are injured or killed trying to cross roads that cut through their habitats. So now, conservationists are trying something different. Instead of pushing wildlife away, they're helping animals learn how to move safely through the human world. In what some researchers informally call night schools, animals are guided through design, light, sound, and landscape towards safe crossing points. Bridges covered in vegetation, tunnels beneath highways, quiet corridors that reconnect fragmented land. And the results are remarkable. In places like Canada and across parts of Europe, wildlife crossings have reduced collisions dramatically, sometimes by over 80%. But more than that, they're changing the relationship between humans and nature. Not control, not separation, but coexistence. Because the future may not belong to one or the other, but to how well we learn to share the same space.
A moment that shaped the world we know today. Let's take a look.
In 1961, the United States and the Soviet Union found themselves in a race to put the first human being into space. The United States initiated Project Mercury in 1958 and selected its first group of astronauts in 1959 to begin training for that mission. NASA contracted the McDonnell Aircraft Corporation of St. Louis to build the Mercury spacecraft. On January 19, 1961, the group was informed that Alan Shepard would fly the first suborbital mission, Gus Grissom II, with John Glenn serving as a backup to both of them. To the public, NASA revealed only that one of the three men would make the first flight, with the actual individual made known only close to the launch. Before the first astronaut flight, NASA tested the Redstone rocket and the Mercury capsule by flying chimpanzee Ham on an identical suborbital mission on January 31st. That successful flight cleared the way for the flight of the first American astronaut. And so, on 5 May 1961, Alan Shepard became the first American to travel beyond the atmosphere. Inside a small spacecraft, with limited space and great uncertainty, he made a short journey that carried enormous meaning. It lasted only minutes, but it changed perspective forever. For the first time, many began to see Earth not just as a place, but as something fragile and shared. It was a step into the unknown, driven by curiosity, courage, and imagination. And this reminds us that progress often begins with a single question: what lies beyond what we already know?
You've been watching RR News. In a world full of noise, choose clarity. We'll be here, shining the light when it matters most. Until next time, stay aware, stay grounded, and keep seeking truth. Good night.